what's up?
Baby, let's go!
Welcome to our website. We've got loads of news and gossip for you today. But first, here's a new song.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
breakfast, we missed brunch, we're kind of missed lunch, but we're rolling as best we can.
You know, it's really funny. After I sit down here and I think about everything that we did this morning to try to get this shot, and I've come to the realization we did nothing, because the piece that we need is sitting somewhere in the studio.
We worked really hard this morning. Our crew is out on the road at Jeremiah's Italian Ice in Boca on Glades and the Turnpike. This weekend is their grand opening, so they were there shooting. Hopefully we're going to get them in live on camera talking about what's going on this weekend. But let me just give you a heads up. They've got a great event this weekend. Saturday and Sunday, it is located right where the Publix Greenwise is, on the corner, on the southwest corner of Glades and the Turnpike, Boca Rio Road. Jeremiah's Italian Ice. It is brand new. It opened up just the beginning of July. They've got icy, they've got ices with ice cream. We had them on WWNN last night, so a special thank you to Lori Cox. And congratulations for another women-owned business in our community who is actually really going and moving and shaking. And this is the one business that I can tell you, everyone is your client. We talked about that last night.
I haven't even gotten in.
Forget your target client. Everyone is
I
your
can't
client.
get in. I went twice, and the line was so long that I went home.
They even have sugar-free, so clearly everyone is the client. So check that out Saturday and Sunday. More to come with that. They've got half price on sizes. They've got pet adoption from the Florida Tri-County Pet Shelter right there. They've got DJ. They've got music. All kinds of fun giveaways. And they actually have a punch card also where you earn points.
I'm going to rent the parking lot. And I'm going to have all sorts of stuff in the parking lot, right? You might as well have some fun while you wait.
I had the blueberry lemonade last night.
How was it? That was the
Really
new one,
good.
wasn't it?
That was the new one for summer. So blueberry limeade or lemonade. It was delicious. You had the mango, the orange mango, I think.
I don't know what I had, but it was a little cup like this, and it was like, whoop.
It was like the perfect size.
It's really good stuff.
So more to come with that once they get live, but we have to get into our show. We've got Ann Bettinger joining us, and I'm excited because this is a piece we've been talking about for the longest time about women in finance. And you may be listening thinking, oh, what's so special about women in finance versus finance and men in finance, but there's a whole different take to it. And I'm really glad that she's here, not to give buying advice, but just to give an overall view of why it's different and what she does with Raymond James. And it's the 11th, right? August 11th, we've got the 100 Plus Women Who Cares event back and live in person up in Delray Beach. So more to come with that. What else you got cooking today?
They're talking to me.
You're doing your own thing? So should I just talk to Ann?
Just talk to him.
All right, let's bring Ann over. And welcome, Ann.
Good morning, Dawn and everyone. It's a pleasure to be back, and it's always fun, and I learn new things every time I'm here. I'm with Raymond James in Boca Raton. I've been a financial advisor for 34 years, and it's thrilling to work with multiple generations and help them achieve their goals and dreams through the comprehensive planning that we do. So it's not just about the investments.
It's really interesting because statistically they say there are not women involved in the sciences, in mathematics, and STEM became huge. The STEM program that we have, I know here in Boca and around the country, to get women and young girls involved at a younger age in the maths and the sciences. But for you to be involved in finances for 34 years, I know women in finance and math was not like a hot button at that time. How did you get involved with this?
Originally, my grandfather helped me understand finance, and he was a big influence on me. And I ended up going to college at Virginia Tech for engineering, so it was numbers, but then shifted and worked for some finance professors and realized that I liked the numbers and the problem solving. I just didn't want to become an engineer. So I switched over in finance, and it wasn't easy getting a job back in the 80s as a stockbroker. But you keep pursuing, and finally you get hired, and then you start working on the stepping stones and got to A.G. Edwards and training program and spent 10 years with them, and then Raymond James now for 24 years. And our profession has evolved from just calling someone and pitching them a stock or a bond or a mutual fund to actually doing planning for people and helping them reach their goals and dealing with family and what's going on and working out solutions with them. Not us just saying you need to do this. It's here's some options, and let me be a sounding board and let me provide resources to you so that you can make better decisions than you could just by yourself with only thinking you only had 1 or 2 options when there might be 6 or 7 different options for you.
I think a lot of it is fear, and we talk about this all the time. The fear of not having money, the fear of lack, the fear of letting go of that cash that you might have, or is that little money every month that you put away going to be enough to make a difference? And then who do you talk to? Who do you trust? Right? Cash is king, I guess, has always been the motto, but yet holding cash is not yielding you any interest. You don't have the ability to grow that $100 to potentially down the road make a lifestyle change and have money put away unless you entrust somebody with this money.
Correct. It's really finding someone that you feel comfortable with and that you can build a relationship and have hopefully a long-term relationship, because even you put the money in a hot stock, there's no guarantee it's going up or it comes down before you sell it. So it's a long-term process than having someone to work with you and your family and say it's going to be okay. In March of last year, when things felt like the whole world was coming to an end with the pandemic and the shutdowns, it's like, let's just keep the course. We've got a diversification, not everything's in stocks or cash, and let's just calm down and continue to invest in the strategies that we have. And yeah, we'll make some adjustments. If you're not making as much money, maybe we need to make some adjustments, but we don't just sell everything. So we stick to the course. And I think having a real person to talk to that actually knows about you and your situation is more helpful than maybe calling an 800 number and getting someone you've never spoken to before who can't give you advice. All they can do is execute a trade, meaning sell something or buy something, or you tell them you want to change your allocation in your 401k. They're not going to say, well, why do you want to do that? Or, they just execute what you tell them to do. So that's the difference with what we do, is we actually are licensed and have experience and give advice. And I don't know everything. Obviously, none of us do, but we have a whole thousands of people in my home office that have different specialty areas that I can call on, and they help get me information that I need to then give it to you so that we can make a more educated decision. And of course, working with your accountant, your attorney, and any other professionals as a team.
It's funny because in the investment world, there's a million different things you can do. And a lot of it has to do with what the client who's working with you, his tolerance is, correct? So mutual funds, if you're looking for diversification, instead of stocks and bonds, you go to mutuals, where, I don't know if James, I think, does deal with mutuals, don't they?
Sure.
So you go mutual because you want to spread some people, they get into the market and they're constantly looking at the stock, and they're playing the short game and driving you crazy. So if you put it into mutuals, then maybe it diversifies a little bit because they don't move as much and you're trying to hold on to cash and everything else. But what I love about the investment world is that sometimes you get a hunch and then you have to change. Now, every time you do trades for a client, do you ask their permission or do you have carte blanche to make the moves?
That depends, Freddie. Good question. If it is not a discretionary account where we've given the money, say, to a manager who you've signed a form that says that this particular manager, she can make decisions as they see fit to buy or sell or trim a position or add, then they're not going to call you to ask your permission. However, if you have an account with me and we have some stocks and mutual funds and it's not being managed, I don't handle discretionary accounts. That's by choice. I would call you and discuss with you why we may want to make this move, why it makes sense, if it's going to cost you anything, tax-wise. We talk about all these different variables. And assuming you agree with that, then we go ahead and make the change in your portfolio. Of course, you can call me, bounce ideas off, and we'll make the trade that you say you want to buy something that you heard about and you think it's going to do well. We can certainly buy that in your account.
I love it. I just love this stuff. I got a gentleman who does professional athletes. And when you're graduating from college to play professional ball, there's certain tiers make millions, and then after that you got guys that make money. In baseball, I think the smallest salary you can make is $800,000. And sometimes, if you look at how a lot of famous people in the past, they got bad advice. And a lot of famous ball players that I know personally are broke because they got the wrong advice. They listened to the wrong steps. They were too aggressive and yada yada, and the markets flip and everything else. And what I like is, and again, do not write to me, write to her. I was in the game for the longest. Men are different philosophies than women brokers. And I know that people are going to argue with me, but it's true.
Well, I'm sitting here laughing because we were talking before the show about what women look for with investing in financial planning versus men. And true to form, you sit down.
I didn't even hear that conversation.
And he starts talking about mutual funds, right?
Right.
Me, I got 20 other questions to get from A to M on the mutual funds, like my kids are still in school, or my kids are going to get married, I want to help them, or my parents can't afford to go into a living facility and I have to help them, or do I want to change my lifestyle and downsize my house? So I've got 1,000,001 questions before I even say to you, so should I invest in a mutual fund or not? And this is why I'm sitting here laughing, because you were not even in this room having this conversation.
But I was in that business for 17 years.
And that was your first question.
Yeah.
And you're sitting here chuckling also.
Oh, of course. Yeah. I mean, it's interesting that a lot of my women, and they might be independent women and not married, or they might be married. And when I start off a relationship, they each get up their own piece of paper, and it's like, what's important to you? And I ask them not to look at each other's piece of paper.
True
And
that.
I have some things on there like peace of mind around my money, maybe buying a second home, putting my kids through school, and then there's other you can write in. But inevitably, most of the time, what my men write down that's important to them is different. There's overlap, but the ladies will want to check more boxes. And even though the form at the top says 3, I might get 5 or 6. And the men are like, oh, I did mine in like 2. There's only these things. And that's okay. And that's a generalization. Sometimes I will have men check off more. But in most of the time, I'll find that women have multiple competing goals, and they're concerned more about, could be family, people, the pet, the house, the second home, those things, whereas the men tend to be more focused on the investments and the return on the investments, which is important. I'm not discounting that. It's all important. But putting all that together and helping a family determine how they want to fund goals, who they want to help, gifting and sharing, setting expectations for family members, for friends. This is a one-time gift. It's not something to be expected every month that I'm going to pay your bills or that I'm going to help. This is what we've discussed and I can afford to do with our financial planner and our accountant, and this is the best way, we've determined to do this. And so working with people with some difficult conversations, the sandwich generation, which you're describing, Dawn, of having parents that may or may not need financial or emotional or some sort of support, and then younger children and adults, and launching them into the real world and helping them thrive, but
It's all
not
of
giving
that.
too much support so that they don't fish. They don't learn how to fish. They keep getting it from the family. So I also get involved with financial literacy and sharing information. I've got 4 books I just ordered online that I'm kind of looking through that I think could help some families. These are with smaller children, but
I think you should write a book. Because here's what I'm thinking. You started in this field in the 80s.
Right.
You were in this profession in the 80s. That was the time where finances went crazy, right? You invested and there was a huge return. You could buy houses really well, which caused the whole bust, right? 80s, to be in this business as a woman, you have to have seen changes from then until now. What was it like getting into this business back in the heyday of finances?
We kind of call it the Wild Wild West.
Yeah.
Because it really was. I mean, obviously male dominated, very much sales and making phone calls and cold call and getting people to give you their social security number over the phone, open an account.
Did they?
Yeah. Oh, Yeah,
Can you
that's how back in the 80s, you just called up and offered a tax-free bond or a stock, you had a stock story of the day. And you would explain that to someone. You had no idea what their goals were, their you didn't really know much. But if they were willing to buy it and had the money, you were willing to sell it to them. So it's done a 180 since then. And most people would never give any information over the phone, which we don't recommend that you do. And it's more of the relationship, more of, and with regulatory as well. It's not as though everyone, meaning all the financial professionals, wanted to become and find out more information. It's that we have to. It's regulated. We don't get to open accounts and do things with people that we don't have documentation of many, many different things about them.
And what are you seeing now that, I'm going to say women, and then we'll get to the men. What are women looking for now when they come to you as a step one?
They want to get an idea of where they are, and they have goals and aspirations and things they'd like to do, and they're just not sure what's the probability that they're going to be able to do that. There's never 100%. But looking at their plan and plugging in all the numbers and the information, we can run projections for 5 years, 10, 20 years, and see how different scenarios may look. And then it's up to the person to decide, I might work a little longer. Oh, I might start investing and saving more money today. I might cut back some of my expenses today so that I can get to that goal in 10 years versus 15, whether it's retiring or maybe it's buying a second home. But we're able to show them through the program different scenarios and the probability of reaching them. And of course, they're all projections. But when you're meeting with people once or twice a year, you update all of that. Once again, it's not, okay, here's your plan, good luck. We're going to continue to monitor and make updates. And when the market goes down, we have to react.
Has your investment strategy changed now from in the beginning?
Oh, absolutely.
What
I'm older now. I'm more conservative. Oh, I was part of the Wild Wild West.
Yeah, you were. You were in the mortgage
I
business.
used to be very aggressive. There was a product in the 80s called variable life insurance. John Hancock had it, and they used to do it with the market as a variable. And it was doing outrageous numbers. At the time, the clicker for me was 2,300. Where is it today? 35,000? If you still have that policy, and I sold it to you, give me a call if it's still active, because we're gonna go have a beer, because it would be worth millions today. They took it off the market because it was outrageous.
I
it was
would
going
bet
to
people
bankrupt
would still
everybody.
have it.
No, my brother was the last one I sold it to. May he rest in peace. But I have a question. The market is at 35,000. That is outrageous. I have never in my life ever seen. It's like play money. Is it real money or is it all digital money? 35,000. When we were in this business in the 80s, we wanted to get to 3,000, 4,000, right? Now we're at 35,000. And those are the blue chippers. I get it. But the market has a tendency of going in that direction. What is going on? Where are we going? To 50? Is it real money?
Good question, Freddie. We get that all the time. And, the market is made up of businesses, right? So if you have faith that businesses, maybe not every business, but some of the businesses that make up the market, whether it's the S&P or the Dow, are going to continue to find ways to make money, thrive, use technology, then yeah, the market's going to continue to go up. But it doesn't go up a straight line, as you know.
Right.
We don't have to look back more than about 15 months ago. And there were stocks. I mean, you think about the airlines, the hotels. Raymond James stock was down over 50% in a matter of a month or two. And it didn't come back for a long time. So you have to be able to have the stomach to handle those down times and maybe rebalance and get out of some companies, move to different, have professionals help you with that. Because it's not always buy and hold. I realize Apple and a lot of companies have been just phenomenal, but there's many that, they were phenomenal until they weren't. So that's why having active management or someone looking, or buying an ETF or a fund where you're not just in a few companies, you have maybe 100 or 500. So if a few aren't doing well, it doesn't sink the whole ship of your retirement plan. But
it's a fascinating field, because you know you got bonds, you got stocks, right? So if the stock goes up, your bonds are going to go down, technically, and if the bonds go up, that means the stocks go down. And people used to play this game back and forth, and they made a lot of money. And if you look at where it is now, there was a lot of home traders. Remember, people would stay home and they quit their job and decided to be a day trader. Oh, I'm going to be watching this screen for 24/7, 365 days a year. So you lost your wife because she ain't putting up with that. You lost your kids because you look like a maniac. Instead of just going to a professional and having a conversation, you can have a conversation for 20 minutes, 2 hours, whatever. Let them handle it. They're always going to let you know when they make a move. Always, because by law they have to, especially now, right? Then people throw at me the bubble burst and all this. Okay, I get it. Nothing in life is perfect. Nothing. The market went from 15 to 8, and everybody was jumping out of a window. So those 8s are now at 35. Okay, what window are you jumping back into?
But what I really like about Ann is she's so authentic and trustworthy. And before we even came on in this capacity in Women in Wealth was what you work with. We've talked about 100+ women who care. We've just talked about families. We've talked about your mom who was aging in place, thank goodness. I mean, you walk the walk. And when you understand what it is, it's like for women when you go to a female gynecologist, kind of knows your body a little bit better, you think, and what you go through as a woman than going to a male gynecologist. A woman in finance, for me, I'm comfortable because you understand the same demographic, what it's like to have aging parents or what you're looking for. We had our investment guy come over and he says, all right, here's our projections with this and this and this. So a month later, Chuck says, I'm selling the house. I don't understand why you're selling the house. Because for us to have this, I need to sell the house and make that. And that's how this whole situation started. So then he calls the investment guy. He goes, I didn't tell you to sell your house. He said, I told you if you want this, this is what you're going to have. But if you want more, there's other things you can do. I did not tell you to sell your house to make X amount. That was nowhere in the plan. So what you say and what people hear are not always the same
Never.
thing. So now this whole thing started, and he goes, great if you want to sell, but I don't know why you are, because you're going to be in this situation without that house.
Yep.
And
it ain't easy to sell now to move on.
But this is the difference. So I think when you have multiple conversations and you can really relate to your financial planner who's doing this, then you don't go in this jerk panic reaction and start selling everything out because you're worried about something in 15, 20 years from now.
You know, it's funny. 11 years ago, I bought into a piece of property with Linda. And I said to Linda, again, my experience in doing what you do, and I'm not very good at it. I said, we're going to buy small, we're going to sell large. We just got to hold on to this property. It's where we live now. It's been 11 years now. And I've been humbled because it's gotten more expensive to live there until what's recently happening with real estate. Now, everything I said back then is going to happen. Now, I look like the hero. But for 11 years, I look like the goat. You know, oh, you idiot, you got us in this. Why did you? I said, listen, I'm not always right, but I am right today. And now I'm doing the shuffle dance. So there's a person who wants to buy the house. She wants to buy it in October. And she got in touch with Linda. And they're still in play. Everything's still in play. Everything's been, that's why Linda doesn't panic. But isn't it really strange? Our philosophy in the 80s to now is totally different. Totally different. A woman's encouragement, you know, I used to have a female team. This is why I know this. They used to look at investments different from guys. Guys were really, really, really freaking aggressive. And meanwhile, the poor wife sitting in the corner is like, wow, this guy's going to blow all his money, as professional athletes have. So the game has changed. It's more about listen
and look what she
and
does.
watch.
She sits there and she listens.
Because she listens. Oh, you can tell a pro in this business. I'm just letting you know, things are changing. I was involved in the sandwich deal as well. I got my teeth kicked in because I didn't listen to my own advice. I had to borrow and steal and everything else to get things done. My parents, tough. It's a tough situation. I had my kids in college, really tough. Still paying notes.
Does it really come down to, oh, you shouldn't have that expensive coffee? I mean, remember years ago, well, if you cut out this coffee that you have every day that costs $4, and you multiply that by 5, and the water bottles are this, are those really the changes that you need to make, or are they larger? Oh, we used to fight about this.
That, yeah, they could be changes. They could be make your life different, but it would be quite a few of those changes. But at the same time, you still got to live. I hear this all the time. You know, I've got to save my money because my parents are in their 80s or 90s. Because we have to plan for a long time, but we have to live for today. So it's up to you to decide those small things. If they're giving you joy, making you happy, continue. You know, but maybe you cut something else out. Like a client said, I went through my bank, my debit, you know, her bank, and I found out I was still paying a gym membership. I was still paying this. I was paying to one of the political parties, and I had given them permission once, and I had to turn it off. And she said, finally, I just changed debit cards because she was having such difficulty contacting the gym, this and that. And I said, well, that was brilliant. Then she gets a new credit card, and then or not a debit card, which, by the way, I don't recommend. I recommend a credit card because a debit card can be compromised and the money comes out of your bank account. A credit card, it doesn't come out of your bank account. But let's go with the debit card. At least she cancels one and she starts a new one, and then she can sign up now, today, what's serving me today? Whether it's big or small, you got to live. And just be conscious of what you're spending. And, you know, where you are, if you need to save this much to get to your goals, then we've got to figure that out, unless you want to change and work longer, or you want to live off of less later. So these are all decisions that you ponder and think about, and then as life changes, you may change. Like, you know, you were saying, Freddie, what was important in the 80s changes as we get older, and maybe some people you know die of COVID or things, and you go, you know what? The second home or this or having at the country club and doing all that, it served me well when I had kids and they were all here, but now they're not. I think I could downsize here or there, save some money on the housing, and then be able to travel more. Be able to have buy a horse, I don't know, whatever it is that's going to bring you joy, or buy an antique car that you just love, that you wanted, or you had, you know, someone in your family had as a child. So things have changed, and give yourself permission to go back and rethink it.
Change your priorities.
Yeah, their priorities change. And sitting down and having the conversations with people you love and care about in your family, as well as your advisors, because tax-wise, your accountant's going to help you make those decisions. State attorneys set up your plan, so if anything does happen. You mentioned long-term care, Dawn. We talk about a strategy. You don't have to buy long-term care insurance, but certainly have a strategy in place of what would happen if you're not able to take care of yourself for an extended period of time.
It goes just to the whole planning strategy, right? We work with Wayne. We talk about pre-need and dignity memorial, and we had a ladies' night here, again, to work with women to say, you know what, get your pre-need, or whatever it is for long-term care, or money aside, whatever that looks like, investments. To have just control and understand, not even control, understanding of finances, and not to be afraid of it. Because what happens is sometimes you have a spouse who does everything, so you don't have to, or you choose not to. And then, heaven forbid, something happens, or you get divorced, and there you are, deer in the headlights, and you have no idea where anything is, what anything is, and you're dealing with maybe a tragedy, and now you have to deal with, what are my finances? Can I even afford to live? And having no understanding of it. And that, to me, is one of the big things I'd like to work with and putting like a program going forward, is awareness.
Yeah, it just happened to my aunt. Willie died, and my aunt says, I don't know nothing. I don't know the banking. I don't know what bills to pay. I know nothing. So I said to her name is Gloria. I said, Gloria, did you live under a rock? I mean, here I am making assumptions and not realizing Willie took care of everything for her. Not a problem. Yeah, he had a heart attack, he died. And she didn't know anything about bank accounts. She didn't know anything about debit accounts. She didn't know about anything. And Wayne from Dignity helped me, and they brought in a financial advisor to come in and sort of sort through this room of paperwork, trying to find out what the hell is going on. But it's catastrophic. You should head off the issue before it happens. Just talk to somebody. Okay, so if you want to interview 5, 6 people to interview them, then do that. But talk to somebody to put things in perspective to protect what you've built. And Willie had a lot of assets, and unfortunately, it's all over the place now. I feel bad for Gloria.
Can you stay for a little bit? We're going to take a commercial break.
Sure thing, Dawn.
All right, let's take a commercial break. When we come back, we got to see if our crew is ready at Jeremiah's. More to come. We've got Ann Bettinger. I definitely want to talk about the event that's happening on the 11th for 100+ Women Who Cares. Save the date, August 20th. We've got information about that. So a lot of stuff. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back. I don't know if they're in yet.
Looking for a cool, laid-back space with great people and even better drinks? You can't lose. The Artful Dodger, Boca Raton's hidden gem. A good, old-fashioned local bar is hard to come by, but not anymore. The Artful Dodger is a fun, casual place to sit back and relax. Located at 495 Northeast 20th Street in Boca Raton, you'll find your new favorite bar. The Artful Dodger. We'll see you there.
He only uses pencil, colored pencil, graphite pencil, and pencil for his art pieces. Yes, I know it's hard to fathom that these beautiful pieces came from pencil, but yes, they did. And the only way you can experience Jay Harmon is if you come to the Gallery of Boca. Jay Harmon, an unconventional artist with a unique story behind every canvas.
When your property suffers from water, mold, fire, or biohazard, you need a professional remediation company that is fully licensed, bonded, and insured. Rescue Clean 911 offer 24/7 emergency service with 1-hour response times now in your area. Water, mold, fire, biohazard. Call now 1-833-253-2699.
Handling the hard jobs with a soft touch.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would listen. It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have a platform you deserve to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 55312. That's CAFE to 55312. Or call us at 866-224-5422. Your voice can make a difference.
Looking for a place to get your ice cream fix? Look no further than Cold Stone Creamery. At Cold Stone, we make our ice cream fresh every single day in store. We have over 20 different ice cream base flavors and over 30 different mix-ins to choose from. We also have plenty of signature creations if you don't want to go ahead and choose your own. To end your creation, you can put it in one of our freshly made waffles. We have ice cream cakes, ice cream sandwiches, milkshakes, smoothies, banana splits, sundaes, and so many other things for you to come check out and enjoy. We are the official ice cream store of the Brooklyn Cafe. Hope to see you soon, and remember, it's always a great day for ice cream.
Welcome to Lost Harbor Spirits, a world where pirates inspire our spirits, treasures remain undiscovered, and flavors are infused with the essence of mysterious voyages. The distillery became one of the few women-owned craft spirits production sites in the U.S. From our award-winning spirits of vodka and rum to delicious gin, we're always coming up with some new and exciting flavors to keep your cocktails delicious and fresh. Proudly distilling out of West Palm Beach, Florida, Lost Harbor Spirits is a true treasure waiting to be discovered. Contact Palm Beach Distillery at lostharborspirits.com to take a tour or purchase your favorite spirit at your local liquor store.
Need a strong cup of coffee to get you through your day? Try your very own Brooklyn Cafe Show coffee, the official coffee of the Brooklyn Cafe Show. You can pick up a bag from us or two. Contact us at 866-224-5422. Or just stop on by. We're at 2400 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard, Suite 13. Come on in, grab a bag of our signature Brooklyn Cafe coffee. The cafe doors are always open. Born in Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-326-8873.
Amp Media Productions and WNN Money Talk Radio have been in conjoint business for 10 years. They've been working around the clock, nonstop, to promote over 500 shows and businesses with added platforms such as social media live streaming, podcasts, and the specialty of live radio. To amplify your impact and start your show today, contact Amp Media Productions at 866-224-5422.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Cafe Show. It's kind of like a Jeremiah's Italian Ice kind of Wednesday. Is it wet outside? We felt like a wet Wednesday. You definitely need some Italian ice. We're here in studio with Ann Bettinger. We're talking Women and Wealth series, and we're going to talk about 100 plus women who cares. We're going to segue a little bit because our crew has been at the new Jeremiah's in Boca Raton for about the past hour or so. So we want to bring them up. We've got Alana Schurer and the rest of the crew behind the scenes. They're going to be interviewing owner Lori Cox. See what's happening at Jeremiah's for their grand opening this weekend. So let's bring them over, guys.
Riley, let me know when.
And there they are. I see our case fingers. Go a little bit higher, guys. Let's see all of Lori.
You stand up a little closer together. Sorry, I know they're gorgeous.
How are you?
How are you guys doing?
I'm doing well. We are trying to stay out of the rain, which just started, but I am over here at Jeremiah's Italian Ice at a brand new location. I'm sitting over here with Miss Lori. Hello. Nice to see her again. So for anyone who does not know, they are having a very big event this weekend.
For a grand opening, half off all of our small, medium, and large. And we have all kinds of fun entertainment. We have puppies, we have face painting, we have music. So come out and celebrate with us. We've been here for 5 weeks. We're so excited to be part of the community. And you can take a look at the yummy treats.
If you are not familiar with Jeremiah's Ice, their specialty is not only soft serve ice cream, but these Italian ices, and these are known as their gelati. So we have a variety of flavors and colors. So they stack and layer them with ice cream and gelato, and they even have these brand
brand new layer ends as well. Am I correct? Layer ends are amazing. You can layer in chocolate chips, Biscoff cookies, or chocolate Oreo pieces. It's amazing. You can mix flavors. You can mix the peanut butter ice with chocolate ice cream, and it makes a Reese cup. We have lots of different mixes, and they're going to give you free samples. You can have as many free samples as you want every day. And then we don't want you to forget about our pup cups. Free pup cups for your pups that come in. All day, every day.
Alana, what's a pup cup?
So a pup cup, Donna's asking, what is a pup cup?
Oh, so we take a lid, and let me ask one of my staff members over here. If you could grab me a lid and show a little scoop of a pup cup.
We'll get one for you on the spot.
And we're going to show you what it is. And so when they come to the window and you're getting your treat, your pup should be able to have the treat as well. So we give them either a scoop of peanut butter or a scoop of vanilla. Peanut butter is always the most popular for them. But yep, so here's a pup cup.
And I have to say, I'm a Jeremiah's fan myself. I love the sour green apple and the cherry. We have one
for the pup cup.
Oh, that's so cool.
How cute is that?
So it's a really, really neat. And this weekend we're going to have the Tri-County Humane Society here on Sunday. They're going to have puppies up for adoption. So drop by if you need a little friendly fur baby to add to your family. But yeah, it'll be a really good time. It's going to be a good party outside. I heard that we're going to have the big Mr. Gelati here in his costume blown up. So come check that out as well. And it's always a party here. And we have tons of flavors that you can choose from, and you can mix it with the perfect layering of vanilla or chocolate, or you can have it all by itself. And our newest flavor is blueberry limeade, and it kind of tastes like lavender should, right? That was somebody's description.
Lavender
it's
should.
yummy. Brought it on the show last night. I think they loved it.
Oh, very nice. Freddie, Dawn, what do you think? What flavors would you be scoping out here at Jeremiah's?
All of them.
Well, I had the lemonade blueberry last night in the studio.
Oh, the lemonade blueberry.
With the Italian ice, which was delicious.
Yes, it's good stuff.
It's so yummy. I go to the one over in the Coral Springs area. So if you didn't know, there's over, I believe it's 53 locations just around Florida. But Jeremiah's, I believe, is in Texas and Georgia, and I believe
Arizona.
seven different
Georgia.
states.
It's growing rapidly over the past 2 years.
So if you have not been to Jeremiah's yet, you have to come meet Lori, meet Sebastian, Caitlin, serving up scoops over here, and definitely check it out over in the Boca area.
Yes, come see us. We partner with schools, nonprofits. We can help raise money for you with our ice nights. Come visit, talk to our staff, and see how we can help your organization bring some money to your bottom line as well.
Where
We're
are they
excited to be
located?
here. Really excited to be part of the community, and thank you for the warm welcome. And this celebration is what it's all about.
And for anyone who does not know, could you name our location of where they can find us?
Yes, so our address is 8170 Glades Road, Suite K2, and we are in the Lakeside Center Shopping Plaza, directly across from Publix Greenway. Next to Core Life, where Life's next door, so come
What
see us.
time is everything happening this weekend? What are their hours?
So their normal hours, they are open every single day of the week, and their hours are the same for this weekend. It is from 12 to 11. So 12 p.m. to 11 p.m.
And people are still lined up here at 10:45 at night.
So yes, plan to stand in line. There will be a line at night.
We pride ourselves on 5-star service, and everybody who comes to the window can try as many samples as they like, and we take time with each customer. But we have lots of entertainment to keep you busy.
And it's a cute location too. If you're not familiar, their signature front windows. You can come right up to the window, or you can go ahead and come on inside and take a seat in their side.
Absolutely, or take a picture with our nice mural. You can do lots of selfies, so it's a good time.
Very nice. Highly recommend.
That's how the inside looks.
That's what the inside looked like, yes. It's beautiful inside.
Oh yes, we're staying out of the rain right now, so we had to come over by the mural.
Alana, let's ask Lori about the fundraisers that she does with the different schools and how other schools and foundations can get involved.
So Dawn would love to know, if schools are interested or people want to get involved on the fundraising side, how can they go about doing so, and what kind of share it nights and fundraisers do they usually look like?
So they can come right into the store. They could talk to any of our employees. They could give us a call on our number. If you look on our Facebook page, our number is there. So ice nights consist of a school chooses a date. And for the entire day, whoever comes in on that date and talks about the school or mentions the school, we put them into the system. And at the end of the day, they get 20% of sales that come in for that day.
Which is a beautiful way to give back to our community. So if you're interested, definitely come swing by, meet Miss Lori and the gang. They are incredible over here, and get some sweet treats while you're here too.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. You bringing anything back?
Of course.
Or are you going to eat right there?
I don't know. I'm looking at Slick and RJ, like eyeing over these ice creams. I don't know if they're going to keep it intact by the time we make it.
Yeah, no, they're no. We can try.
Thank you so much, Lori, for having us come in and try all these delicious samples. And please come back this weekend to check them out.
Thanks as always for including me and helping with our audience, spread the word about our business. Love you guys.
Love you. Thank you so much.
Guys.
Very nice.
Awesome. Nice job, you guys. Jeremiah's Italian Ice. Lori is so nice.
You got to go in and have some, right?
I actually ate outside.
You got in, or you went to the window?
We were at the window. We went right from Core Life over to Jeremiah's.
But you know there is an inn.
There is an inn,
You
yes.
were telling me there was only window.
There is an inn.
Oh.
There is an inn.
I went twice, and unfortunately twice it was too packed and they could not get in.
There is an inn.
But I will be going again this weekend. And you can mark
It's
my
half off
words,
this weekend.
I'm going to be moving people out of the way. I don't care about that. I just want to get in.
It is half off this weekend. You have to go check it out. It's on the southwest corner of Glades and the Turnpike, Boca Rio Road, right in the public Screenwise Shopping Center. Now it's in the front. It's its own freestanding building next to Core Life, so it's much closer to Glades Road. A lot of parking lot room, a lot of room for cars, social distancing, whatever it is you're looking to do. And they're brand new in the community and a woman-owned business. She runs it with her kids who are FAU Owls, so to support all the FAU students. So it's right down the street, right down Glades Road.
Really great business model.
So a lot of great stuff. But I don't know if everyone realizes, those that are listening and watching to us, our studio and all of our programming is run probably by 98% interns from different colleges. So they are on the road learning, they're active learning. We throw them out, they've got their cameras, they're figuring out the wires, they're figuring out the board. We've got Haley, who's actually just starting college. She came to us her senior year in high school. We've got kids from FAU, we've got kids who have gone from Syracuse.
Another high school over here.
No, he's at FAU.
Are you?
He's just really young too.
How old are you?
19.
And you're at FAU? Pretty good.
You know, so thank you for everyone, all the businesses that allow our producers and interns to come in, and they are learning on the go. But that is how businesses grow, and that is how we get to educate and grow within our community. So that's what we get to do. A little bit of teaching on the side.
Yep, nice stuff. Well, I mean, it wasn't what we wanted 100%, but we got there.
They figured it out enough to get it back on air.
Well, there's another level.
Another piece.
Another level to this thing. I'm not done with it yet.
You know, when you try to simplify things, sometimes you got to go back to old school, Ann. But I want to talk about 100 Plus Women Who Cares. You have your event happening on August 11th.
That's correct. 100 Women Who Care. South Palm Beach chapter is focused on Boca and Delray local charities, and on Wednesday, August 11th, at the Winehouse Social on 2nd Avenue, it's right next to the Hyatt Hotel. Starting about 5:30, we have a networking, and then at 6, we'll start our meeting. We'll hear from the charity that won the previous quarter and what they're doing with the money that we gave to them. And then we'll hear from 3 of our members about charities that are near and dear, and we'll be able to select at that meeting one of those charities to get the monies for the next quarter.
Which charity won last quarter?
Sweet Dream Makers.
Nice.
And they provide beds and mattresses to children in Palm Beach County who are sleeping on the floor for the most part. And they provide not only the bedding, but also through Walmart, I believe they get all the sheets and pillowcases and blankets in the color that the child would like. So it's customized for the children. And you hear about so many small charities that aren't getting the funding from United Way and they're serving all types of people and animals here in our county. So we get to vote every quarter, and that charity receives the money. It's generally somewhere between about $5,000 and $10,000. We're building up the membership and hope to be able to give more as we build the membership.
And we're looking to build membership because this is a great opportunity for women to get out there, to network if you so choose to go in person, or just make a donation and you know that money goes to charity. How does that work?
Basically, we're asking each member to donate $100 a quarter. Of course, they can donate more. All $100 goes to the chosen charity of that quarter. So 100 Women Who Care does not take a haircut. So all of that money goes, we put together the events. If there's cost involved, we take it out of our pocket. So we're excited that Dina, that owns Winehouse Social, is hosting our event for a reasonable amount. It's a beautiful facility. She's given us the whole facility for that night. So we can socially distance and we can have our program and then stick around and network. And the ladies always meet someone new, and we're all the kindred spirits in the sense that we care about the community and are willing to give back. And even if it's not our chosen charity, we are giving every quarter for a local charity.
Well, I am really excited that I get to go to this event and on the 11th and meet some great women. And if you can't go to the event and you just want to participate, you can simply donate the $100 and that money gets allocated to the charity?
Correct. The charity that won that quarter, your money will go to that charity. And so you could choose to donate more than 100 or just 100. We'll take any of it. The Richard Schultz Foundation, the Best Buy founder, he's partnered with us, and how much we collect in the first 30 days after our meeting, they match us 50%. So in a perfect world, we'd have 100 members, that's $10,000, and the Schultz Foundation would match us $5,000, so we'd be able to give $15,000 to the charity.
You know, it's just, but it just goes to show you that a small amount, that $100, with the greatness of numbers, can grow and make such a huge impact on a charity. And now to put kids in beds, and Susie Broad, I've known her for years. She started doing this at Temple Beth El for Christmas, for Hanukkah, I should say. And it just grew and grew and grew, and it was with their wish list for the kids. And we'd go over to East Boca, Wayne Barton's area, and every Hanukkah and Christmas, they would put things together for these kids. And she took this whole idea and grew into Sweet Dream Makers. There are children living on the floors. They're sleeping on the floor, multiple kids in a room, or they're sharing one twin bed. They may have, like, I think you told us 5 kids in a twin bed, no bedding. I mean, every kid deserves a good night's sleep, and they are doing remarkable things, and they will pick up the beds in your home. You just have to contact them. So this is a great charity.
They all are. They're all deserving. Sometimes I give to more than one each month, a quarter, because I can't make a decision. And like, okay, I'll just give $200 this quarter. So.
And you say it's tax deductible, correct?
Yes, it is. It is tax deductible. It goes through our platform that we use is called Grapevine, and you can use credit card or you can transfer money directly from your bank account in ACH. So whatever works for you, it's tax deductible. All $100 that you give. So
it's called Grapevine?
Grapevine is the name of the platform that we use to collect the money. We've used other ones, but the company now is called Grapevine. It almost looks like a Facebook page, and you can make posts and you can set everything up and you can see the members of our group, and it's been they're easy to work with. And that's important too, that people can navigate the site easily and be able to figure out what they'd like to do and get it set up automatically recurring.
And how to people get information or to join the group?
They're welcome to go to 100 Plus Women Who Care South Florida, and that has all 5 chapters. There's Miami, Broward, South Palm Beach, who is who we are. There's North Palm Beach, and then there's a Tequesta, Jupiter. But 100 Plus Women Who Care, South Florida.
I'm excited to get back out there safely, but get back out there, bring some more women forward. And we have a great opportunity for anyone. Let's just open it up to all of the chapters. And we don't even have to just keep it to the South Palm Beach chapter, because we can do anything virtually.
Exactly.
That if you would like to be part of the Brooklyn Cafe Show, we've got special pricing to spotlight your business and bring it forward, and Ann can forward all that information over to all of the members. Would be really cool.
Yeah, that was really special what you did for our members, and I know they'll take advantage of it.
I know it's summer, and summer in South Florida is slow anyway for a lot of businesses, but as we're getting out of whatever we're getting out of, and people want to get back to networking, we've got the platform, so we would like to open it up to all the members of 100 Women Who Care in all of the chapters.
That's true, and we wanted to try to get 20 women to join. I think that was the anticipated goal, and now we have another hurdle that we have to overcome, but you can still do it. And I spoke to Renee.
Oh, that's
in
a great
Tampa,
idea.
Which is a very big venue, and we're going to try to connect you with Renee, and she will automatically bring up 20, maybe 30 women to join the cause, because it's exactly what you're talking about is what she wants to do as well. So a lot of stuff is in the mill to get this going. It's a great organization. It's a great subject matter. It's funny because we produced a show last night, which was Jordana Foster, and she used the Olympics for determination. And if you're determined enough to get something done, it will get done. But you always got to find that extra bit of juice to get it there. So,
like our remote pack.
that's a different,
a little bit of extra
that's
juice.
a different problem. But
Contact Ann for more information on the 100 plus women who care for the South County chapter, or for Raymond James for investment, or just for sit-down advice. You offer consultations?
Of course. We'll sit down with people and learn a little bit more about them. If they decide to go through our process, we'll go through what we call our discovery fit process to determine if we both want to work with each other. And if we get 2 yeses, we work together. And if one of us isn't feeling it's a good fit, then that's okay.
Amazing.
We're not for everyone.
well, getting the best advice beats getting no advice. So even if you have a conversation, and they're going to love you because you have experience in the business and you have a touch, you can get a feel with people in this business.
And the advice you get, you may not like the advice you get because it's eye-awakening. I remember years ago we went to our first financial planner, and he said, you don't make enough money for me to take your account. I only take accounts starting at $2 million.
I met people like that too.
And I think,
which is fine.
I don't know, maybe I was 30, and that was, huh? But you got to find the right person and have the conversation and sit down. And for ladies, just learn, get educated, and know there's always hope and there's always investment opportunities for you. And I don't want anyone to ever feel they can't because they don't have. But this is what this conversation is about, is getting to the point where you have what you're looking to have.
But you got to make the phone call. You can't be afraid to want to have a conversation. I know a lot of people who want to call.
They're afraid.
And they're afraid. Number one, they think they're going to sound stupid or silly, or they think they're going to ask the wrong question, or they think that they should know this answer and they're asking you, and they feel embarrassed because they're asking. Been there, done it, seen all of that stuff. I remember having conversation with husbands and wives, and he was doing all the talking. So I said to them, can I get a cup of coffee, a glass of water? So the wife says, okay, let me go get, no, you stay. I want to talk to you. Let him go. Give him a time out, because I was getting all of this information from one side of the equation. And the house don't run that way. You know, my father used to say, most men you think that they run the house. No, we sort of run around the house. You ever notice a woman says, throw out the garbage? Oh, except for you. Throw out the garbage.
I don't know. Chuck ran into me today in the kitchen and he said, don't yell at me. I'm just trying to get by. Yeah.
That's true. The good news about the way we work these days, at least I do, and I was telling Dawn earlier, is we can take people with millions of dollars and charge based on their assets a fee, or we can work with you on an engagement where we come up with something reasonable to charge to work out a plan for you, and then if you want to continue on, it'll be, say, a quarterly amount that you pay, hard dollar, having nothing to do with the amount of investment that you have. More to do with how much planning and support and time will you need, and then we work that out.
Oh, there you go.
So that's another way for us to work with people, maybe starting out, or maybe they got divorced and they ended up with the house and their 401k. None of that can they move to us so that we can bill. But we can help with them with the planning that they need by just charging whatever we agree to do the planning and help them budgeting, get their long-term care, get their feet back on the ground again, because now they're single and their picture looks different than it did, prior to them getting divorced. So.
That's
Definitely
true.
want to introduce Ann to Wayne
Oh yeah, that's a whole slew
and
of people.
Jackie, because it all goes into just being prepared and knowing that your plan is in place and you've got a plan.
And the market has changed. The market is not the same as it is. Strategies change. I just get amazed because I never saw this coming at all. And it's funny because they talk about inflation, and now they're talking about, not real inflation. So all of a sudden, in the day, inflation was inflation. It cost you $10 to get a loaf of bread. Nowadays, it's a sort of kind of inflation. Where wood was like $100 a toothpick, and now it's come down, and it has a lot to do with a lot of different factors going on in the market. Things have changed. Let's just put it this way. Don't think you're wiser than the average bear, because things have changed. You should sit down, take your feelings, talk to somebody who's been in this in the business all the time.
Yep.
As opposed to you looking at the Wall Street Journal once in a while.
Well, let's take a commercial break. Ann, thank you so much. More information, you can contact Ann 561-981-3661. We're always right here at the Brooklyn Cafe Show, and we're more than happy to pass it along. Let's take a quick commercial break, see where our crew is. They're calling, and we'll be right back.
Hi friends, it's Bree and Allie from Kids and Capes. Tune in Saturday mornings on the Brooklyn Cafe Kids Television Network at 10 o'clock, where we share fun and ideas. And remember, peace, love, and kindness.
Welcome to Lost Harbor Spirits, a world where pirates inspire our spirits, treasures remain undiscovered, and flavors are infused with the essence of mysterious voyages. The distillery became one of the few women-owned craft spirits production sites in the U.S. From our award-winning spirits of vodka and rum to delicious gin, we're always coming up with some new and exciting flavors to keep your cocktails delicious and fresh. Proudly distilling out of West Palm Beach, Florida, Lost Harbor Spirits is a true treasure waiting to be discovered. Contact Palm Beach Distillery at lostharborspirits.com to take a tour or purchase your favorite spirit at your local liquor store.
Looking for a cool, laid-back space with great people and even better drinks? You can't lose. The Artful Dodger, Boca Raton's hidden gem. A good, old-fashioned local bar is hard to come by, but not anymore. The Artful Dodger is a fun, casual place to sit back and relax. Located at 495 Northeast 20th Street in Boca Raton, you'll find your new favorite bar. The Artful Dodger. We'll see you there. Have you been injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or through the negligence of another? The lawyers at Shane M. Farnsworth, PA, have over 40 years of experience representing injured individuals and their families. Call us today at 561-272-8337 for a free case evaluation and the answers to your legal questions. Were you injured in an accident that wasn't your fault? Don't let the insurance companies take advantage of you. Contact us now to learn about your options and protect your rights.
Welcome to your vacation staycation. And what better way to kick back than to blend up a sweet pina colada, a smooth mojito, or just a nice stiff rum and coke. If you want true relaxation and enjoyment, then you want Gubba Rum. Gubba Rum is a unique rum infusion. Gubba Silver Rum is infused with real shredded coconut, and Gubba Rum Gold is infused with real shredded vanilla bean. Both are made with certified organic ingredients. Each infused Gubba Rum is 35% ABV, 70 proof, and as we say in Boston, wicked smooth. So if you're looking for the best combination of taste, smoothness, quality, and price, your clear choice is Gubba Rum. If you want that wicked smooth taste for yourself or your vacation, staycation, visit gubbarum.com to find your closest liquor store that carries Gubba Rum Gold and Gubba Rum Silver. Gubba Rum, it's wicked smooth.
Even though some things are far away, we plan for them ahead of time because they're important. When it comes to your celebration of life, it's really no different. You want to plan ahead now so your family doesn't have to later, and create a service that reflects your values, character, and traditions, no matter what they may be. At Dignity Memorial, we listen to every detail and make sure everyone is remembered.
Suffering from COPD, chronic bronchitis, or pneumonia? Let the All-County Healthcare Respiratory Team treat you for these conditions using interpulmonary percussive ventilation, or IPV therapy. You'll see immediate results. See what our patients have to say by going to www.allcountyhealthcare.com. This service may be covered by Medicare Part A at no cost to you. Call now to see if you qualify for this therapy.
Welcome to your vacation, staycation. And what better way to kick back than to blend up a sweet pina colada, a smooth mojito, or just a nice stiff rum and coke. If you want true relaxation and enjoyment, then you want Gubba Rum. Gubba Rum is a unique rum infusion. Gubba Silver Rum is infused with real shredded coconut, and Gubba Rum Gold is infused with real shredded vanilla bean. Both are made with certified organic ingredients. Each infused Gubba Rum is 35% ABV, 70 proof, and as we say in Boston, wicked smooth. So if you're looking for the best combination of taste, smoothness, quality, and price, your clear choice is Gubba Rum. If you want that wicked smooth taste for yourself or your vacation, staycation, visit gubbarum.com to find your closest liquor store that carries Gubba Rum Gold and Gubba Rum Silver. Gubba Rum, it's wicked smooth.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
More to come. We're going to start our Women in Wealth series.
I think it's a great idea. I may not be a woman, but I will influence the men to participate.
But I think it's good for men also. But when you open up these wealth series and they have all these lunches, which is great, sometimes women I think feel a little intimidated or they can't go because of the different hours, and we just got to cater to it a little bit differently.
I think the game has changed. We have to sort of you have to teach using your ears more than your mouth.
Smooth the waters, as they say. We didn't even get to see the war room. Let's go in the war room.
Let's get a mic and let's open up to the war room. Who has a mic in there?
Josh had a mic. He's going to get a mic and see what's going on.
You're going to have to do Josh, the other Josh.
And while we're getting that all set up, August 20th, we've got a book signing here. We've got Rainbow in the Night, A Journey of Redemption, a book signing with Jane Goldie Wynn. We'll be talking about what it took her to write this book, behind the scenes, Q&As, other people, testimonials that have read the book. Space is limited. It is here in our theater. So you can contact Jane. You can contact her at 215-990-7752 or Goldalah, Goldalah, at iCloud.com. More information, you can find the event on our Facebook page and the Brooklyn Cafe Show page. RSVP, ask questions. It is a Friday evening at 6 o'clock, and the doors are open. It is a free event. She'll have some wine, some cheese. Jeremiah's is going to be here. They're serving a little bit, maybe a little bit of music, and just a way to get out and network and really take a look at what her life has been about. And actually, we have guests on, and their mom bought. I think she lives in Oklahoma. Wayne's mom bought a copy of this book also. Interesting read. See what's going on in the boardroom.
That's August what?
August 20th. It's in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
Can you believe that already?
Hello.
Uh-oh, what do you got in the war room there? Look at
They
the
got their
war
arm.
room.
This is our behind the scenes crew. This is where they're working. We had a few more and starting. You got Vlad, you got Josh, and Haley's on the board.
And they're all waving. The giant wave.
Josh, what are they working on in there?
So this is where everything happens. This is where we're streaming the show right now. You have Haley behind the computer and Vlad doing sound. So all the sound and visual and audio that you see coming through the cameras and the mics is all coming through the room back here. But yeah. I guess you can
Very
click
cool.
back now.
How's Haley? You doing a great job over there. You just see the top of her head.
Thank you. This is like my 4th or 5th time doing board, I think. But yeah, it gets so much easier. Like, it looks so scary, like, to begin with, but it gets so much easier. Because when I first came in and, like, watched all of this start going on, it was literally, like, insane to me. And then they were like, you're going to do it. And I was like, oh, I am. All right, I guess. But yeah, it gets so much easier. Like, it looks so scary, like, to begin with, but it gets so much easier.
And
It gets scary.
we're gonna be missing Haley because Haley's going to
UCF.
In 2 weeks also, right? And
Yes.
and it's been a challenge because she's the youngest one of our crew.
She's great at what she does, though.
But my goodness gracious, that girl can do things. Unbelievable. Fantastic future. And I want to give her something to do remotely up from UCF. Maybe open up a whole different can of worms up there. Now, I know that she's a freshman, so she's going to be into her books. So it may be difficult to do, but let's see. Maybe we can get 1 or 2 times a month her to do something with
We'll
us.
see what we can come up with.
Yeah.
They did a great job over there. Our crew was on their way back from Jeremiah's in Core Life. I don't know why Slick called, but we're going to find out what's going on with that. Haley and Josh and Vlad. Is that them at the door?
Who knows?
I don't know. Nice job running the board and running audio. See what else they got going on. All right, until tomorrow, have a great afternoon, everyone. Stay safe, stay dry, and we will see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. drive time.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Broken Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.
In the cold and sleepless nights, I wait for you to bring me back to life. In my electric eyes, it doesn't mean that time can pick in every single breath. I want to unfreeze my heart and fly away. That's why I wanna save it. Your moons and craters. Open up my eyes, waterfalls of ice, sweeping me away like an avalanche. Helpless as I fall, the words can't say it all, sweeping me away like an avalanche, like an avalanche. I listen for a sound, waiting deep inside my maze of sweeping thrills and colors. just a ray of light, bathing me in drops of ink that glaze across my body. Wish you could unfreeze my heart and we could fly.